Hello, everyone. We are super excited to welcome the Royal Canadian Navy back to campus, and I would love to introduce Lt Commander Latulippe. Hi, Kyle. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us for this interview.
Thank you for having us here. We're
Yeah,
happy
of
to
course.
spread the word about the Royal Canadian Navy.
Happy to have you. Awesome. So we're going to dive right into the questions then. So my first question is, what do you value most in your initial interactions with students or recent graduates on campus?
We generally really enjoy just informing them about the Royal Canadian Navy. You know, we're here in Toronto, not next to one of the bodies of oceans on either side of Canada. So a lot of people don't really have a lot of experience meeting people from the Navy or what we do, and kind of showing them what that is and giving them that opportunity to ask questions and understand what the Navy does for Canada. That's kind of our favorite part, for sure.
Awesome. I think that is a very cool favorite part because there's a lot of really great projects that the Navy works on very locally in Toronto. So really appreciate you all coming out to campus to do that. And so I'll just move on to the next question. How important is a student's elevator pitch to you? Do you have an example of a memorable pitch that a student shared?
I mean, we're just looking for passion. So even if you didn't know what the Navy was when we started the conversation, if by the end of it you're asking me what the life on the ship is and what your career paths can be, like, that's just all we're looking for. We're going to engage with everyone we meet at the career fair if you're interested in us engaging with you. So if you're just showing that interest, or even if you don't show that interest, we're still going to reach back out to you. But seeing that passion is what kind of gives us that inspiration from those events.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think passion is a really important part of any job. And, it's good that you're kind of looking out for it because you can learn anything if you're kind of passionate and interested in learning it. So definitely a very important point. And how do you think students can stand out and become memorable on a really busy day like a career fair or a networking night?
Again, it's probably the passion, people that take our information and you can tell they're processing it and they're kind of filing it away. But someone that you can tell is suddenly thinking about, what if my career is suddenly at sea, sailing into the icebergs of the Arctic for Canada, by sitting at a desk as I've always planned to. That's what will leave us with that impression of this person. We're super excited to reach out to them and hear back from them and see about getting them into that kind of career.
Yeah, for sure. Do you see a lot of shocked reactions when people realize that?
I mean, there's certainly just a lot of people that don't realize kind of what you do or what the capabilities are, and you tell them stories about, seeing a polar bear up close in the wild in the Arctic, or being across the world and experiencing other cultures and things like that, and people kind of really realize how many opportunities we do offer in the Navy.
Yeah, for sure, and they're very unique opportunities, so definitely.
Exactly.
Awesome. So, and can I ask, so is there any technology that you're using in your screening process? So things like applicant tracking systems, etc. And do you have any tips for students to ensure that those resumes are seen?
So here at recruiting at these kind of events, we do offer a form and a QR code which you can scan, and you can give us your contact information, and we will reach out to you. If you give us your contact at this event, we will always reach out to you on a one-to-one manner, and we will engage to see what you're looking for and what kind of fits what you're looking for, and we'll point you in the path to get into a recruiting center and getting a job lined up, either part-time or full-time. So.
Okay, awesome. No, I really love that because it really personalizes the student experience, which it's a really busy event, so I'm sure students appreciate that tailored response as well.
Yeah, it doesn't just end here. We continue it long after this,
Awesome.
even years if that's what it takes to get people through the door.
No, it sounds like the Navy is very invested in professional development, which is very cool, especially for early career and students.
It's a key part of everything we do, and even if you come and just join the Navy for even just a few years to experience it, you're definitely going to walk out the door with a resume that says a lot of things that a lot of employers are looking for.
Yeah, awesome, for sure. And can I ask, so what advice would you give to students that are trying to break into this industry?
I'll say it's not an industry you need to break into. We take anyone that will come into the door of a recruiting center can apply. There are certainly qualifications that need to be met, but there's almost always a role in the military or the Navy that fits almost anyone. Just depending on your education level or background, we kind of have something that will fit anyone, and we'll find that for you. So it's not that you need to break in, you just need to show up and tell us you want to join, and we're going to engage and happily bring you from that point on. So there's no wall to get over. We just need you to come and tell us you're interested.
Awesome. No, that makes it very unique too for especially a recent grad kind of breaking into the early workforce. I think that transition from what you're saying sounds a lot easier, which is very cool. And Kyle, you were once in the students' shoes, and you were also kind of a new grad once, just like the students that you're meeting today. What advice would you give to those students that are feeling discouraged in their job search?
Well, I'll say that certainly coming out as a graduate, it's tough. I will say that in my personal experience, because I engaged with the Navy as early as the age of 17, I attended university all 4 years, being already paid as a military member, and immediately having a career already ready for me upon completion.
Yeah.
So I did a job search one time when I was 17, and I've had a job ever since then for 15 years, with
Yeah.
no question of that. So if you're interested, even if you think, oh, I gotta wait till you graduate, you don't. Come to us now.
Okay.
And there's plenty of benefits to enrolling with us now, even while you're continuing your education here at the university.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a unique program that the Navy offers. I've actually seen some students from UTM that are part of the Navy, and so definitely important to highlight. And it's great that you were kind of able to continue that career trajectory. So, I think that's it for all of my questions. Thank you so much again, everyone, to Lieutenant Commander Latulippe for coming here and sharing his insights, and really appreciate your time today, Kyle.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to meet all your students.
You as well. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.